welcome to tShow Saturday.
Hey everybody, how's it going?
Funny.
I don't cuss.
Oh, right. You don't cuss at all.
Okay, I do.
Because,
like I say,
depending on where you're from, even in another country, they actually kind of laugh that that is a cuss word because they say, anyways. But, oh yeah, I need to check Facebook. I've been trying to, what do you call it?
Work out the kinks.
Correct. See, there is that. So, and
Just,
I don't know if it's working, but I'm trying. You can talk.
I can talk.
Yep.
Okay, we're going to try something maybe a little different, maybe not. I just was going through the World Wide Web and found some interesting questions, and we thought we would just ask the questions. There's kind of to make you think or just to get some info about yourself. And then, of course, we ask everybody or anybody that might be listening, if you have any comment or an answer to the question, it would be great if you would participate with us.
Yep. Absolutely.
So are you ready to dive in, or do you want to talk about anything?
Oh, crap. No, everything's fine. Sorry, I'm just trying to play geek. Oh, gosh.
You got to close out that solitaire game and let's get with this.
Hey, now. You're the one that plays solitaire, not me.
Okay.
Oh, look! It works!
Nice.
So, hey, Facebook, you can comment too now. So, that's awesome. I'm so excited. I'm like, how do you call it, nerding out on this?
That's
and
a good...
The thing is
It's what?
unfocused. There we go.
We're good now?
Yep, now it's better. Yep.
It's almost like we should just now start the show, isn't it?
Well, sure, just now.
Hey, everybody. Welcome to Shit Show Saturday. Glad to have you with us.
Yep.
Aubrey,
Absolutely.
anything you want to add?
It's going to be great. I mean, I already do believe it is a great day, and I'm excited I can close that down and we can
And
go
get it out
for
of my
it.
way.
Oh, gosh.
Right?
There's that, huh?
I
Sorry.
have my space.
Yes.
You're like Armin.
Our cat.
He has no respect for personal boundaries. He just encroaches.
Oh, and you're saying I just encroach?
Sometimes.
Really?
Sometimes.
You're done. Okay.
All right, so you want to get into some of these questions?
Well, sure. Let's do
Okay.
it.
And we'll both answer it, but I'll be like the question asker.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So what scent do you find the most soothing? Scent, smell, fragrance?
Wow. Well, that's pretty good. So, what is it? That one
The soap that we use?
soothing? Yeah, the
Eucalyptus spearmint?
that. Yes.
That's that you find most soothing?
Well, that's all I can think of. What about you?
Lavender.
Really? See, lavender should be one I'm supposed to. I mean,
Vanilla's another good one too.
I'm like not a
Not
fan.
strong. Just it's good. I heard this yesterday on TikTok. It's really weird. They were this woman was talking about how good it is to cry. It's like a reset for your brain.
Yeah.
When you've got something that's got you upset or you're got a lot of stuff just have a lot of anxiety over. She said, a good cry is just an automatic. It's a signal to your brain to like just stop and kind of refocus.
Really?
Yeah, and she said that some people, what they'll do is if they can't cry or don't feel like they need to cry, but they feel like they need to do that reset. For some people, it's as simple as reading a book from their childhood.
Oh, really?
Or a Hallmark commercial. It's just something that kind of pulls at your heartstring.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then they cry, and then it's kind of a brain reset. But she also said the scent of vanilla kind of has the same effect.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
I'm here to educate.
That's via TikTok. Yes.
You got a comment there.
Oh, hey, kombucha. Yep, and look, oh, butch up there. Yep. Awesome. First time. I'm so glad you're here. That is great.
So, does she have a favorite scent?
Oh, do you have a favorite scent?
Fragrance?
Well,
smell?
It will take a little
right,
bit
15 seconds. That's what I'm filling in with all these other words. It's like,
yes.
Can you use it in a sentence? What's the country of origin? You don't want a spelling bee, how they'll give themselves time while they're trying to figure out how to spell cat and all that.
Can do that. No, yes. See, my wife, she is so much all about helping out, you know?
I try.
You do good.
Thank you.
I am very thankful for
Thank you. It's the earth sign in me.
Oh, there's.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. So you were speaking of astrology real quick. Earth sign, that is you, and Lucy's fire. And
yes.
Oh, wait. Oh, and there's more.
Hey, Nor, how are you?
Good to see you.
We were just talking about smells, Aubrey smells. Not Aubrey
Wait.
smells. Your favorite scent. I'm sorry, it just came out wrong. I apologize. I apologize.
And that's how it is, huh?
Yeah, sorry about that.
Gosh,
Sorry
yes.
about that.
Well, what is your favorite scent? I said for mine is the eucalyptus, what?
Spearmint?
I mean, I just...
Yes, I do have a Goofy tattoo. That was for my daughter. Goofy's her favorite Disney character. So that was one of the first tattoos I got, actually.
Oh, yeah, we can go into all different kind of tattoos. It's all fun.
Yeah. Next, I want to get, well, not next. At some point, I want to get Max, who was Goofy's son.
Really?
In case you didn't know.
I didn't.
Yeah, well, his son is Max.
Okay. And then you said that for Lucy, that was the only person she wanted to see when you went to Disney World?
Her first trip that I took her to Disney World, she was 2, which I don't. Oh, see, there we go. Eucalyptus spearmint.
Yeah. Oh, wait, where'd it go?
Oh, the Goofy movie. Oh, my gosh. Yes. That's where Lucy found out about Max.
Oh, really?
Was the Goofy movie.
Yeah.
So at 2 years, I'm taking her to Disney World.
Yeah.
And I kept asking her, who do you want to see? Who do you want to see? And she's like, Goofy and Max, Goofy and Max. And I'm thinking from all my times prior being at Disney World, yeah, Goofy's there. He's a main character.
Yeah.
Never seen Max.
Yeah.
I'm thinking, spending all this money. And really, if we just could see Goofy and Max, we could leave.
Yeah.
She would think that's Disney World.
Yeah.
But I'm thinking, she's not going to see him.
Yeah.
She's going to be crushed.
Yeah.
So we get in line, get our tickets, go inside, and the absolute first 2 characters we see with nobody around so we could walk right up to them, Goofy and his son Max.
Really?
It was just like a dream come true. I was the happiest 2-year-old. That's the happiest probably she's ever been and ever will be.
We should probably try to catch her, bring her on, and say, when's the happiest?
She'll say Goofy and Max because I'll pay her. I mean,
I was like, just like, what did you ask her every day when she came home from school?
or whenever she came home from school or I came home from work, I would always ask her what was her favorite part of the day.
And she would say,
Well, I trained her to say, seeing you.
yeah. Notice she said she trained her to say.
She'll still say it. I can ask her now and she'll still say it.
Oh, gosh.
Yep.
All right, so moving right
Moving
along.
on. Okay, I'm just going to jump a page just to kind of mix it up.
Getting crazy.
What is the most annoying type of friend?
Oh, boy. Annoying?
You don't have to name names. Like, don't say it's Peter. That's not what I mean. I mean, what kind of personality or characteristic or, stuff like that.
Well, how about you go first?
Okay. I'll say someone, a one-upsman.
Oh, one-upsman.
Yeah, anytime you tell something, they've got to tell, they interrupt and they're right there where they've done it better or it's been a worse situation for them.
Yeah.
So that's my most annoying.
Yeah. I can understand that, and I will definitely tack that on. I'm like, me too. But mine is like clingy people.
Oh, I can be a clingy. They used to call me saran wrap.
Really?
No, they didn't.
I was about to say, you have been clingy.
You don't think I'm clingy?
No.
Really?
I'm like, I push away. But
That's
no.
why.
And that's a cool thing, about our life situation. I'm like, I can spend time with whoever I want or don't want.
Who said?
What?
Who said you could?
Who said I did? Damn it. I'm old enough I can do whatever I want.
You're a grown-ass woman.
I'm a grown-ass woman.
Okay, fine.
Yeah. Yeah.
No, that's cool. You do what you want to do, baby. That's fine.
Oh, well, thank you.
So your most annoying is clingy.
Yeah, I would think so. I mean, I'm definitely there with the one-upsman, that thing too. I'm like, yeah, when you're trying to tell a story, you're really excited about something, and then they're like, oh, well, and I'm like, nope.
Or another one that just talks nonstop and will not let you get a word in edgewise.
Yep. Nope.
Yeah. And you can't break away from them because they won't stop long enough for you to say, I've got to go or I've got to do this, because they're just on and on and on and on and on.
Yeah. But it's true. Let's see.
Oh my gosh, that's a good point.
Most annoying for me is someone who always complain, and never make an attempt to fix whatever they're complaining about. Yes.
And I've been guilty of that. Maybe we all have. You find yourself complaining, but I have been guilty of that, and I have to back up and make sure not. And along those same lines, with someone who complains and never fixes, it's someone who asks for your opinion, and then they'll say, well, let me just ask somebody else, or,
Wow. Yeah.
or, they don't really want it.
Yeah.
But
Yep. See, yeah, that's the thing. I don't know. I've had people ask my advice, but I don't know if it's age or if I do believe it's my accident. I'm like, I don't have time for this stuff.
oh, no.
So, and here we go. Said, yes, I struggle with that too sometimes. So, trying to get better about it.
Yes, I think sometimes the complaining is for me, it's not so much looking for someone to fix it, because a lot of times I know what the fix is.
Yeah.
I'm just not prepared to do that fix yet. So it's really venting.
Yeah.
And sorry for the friends who have to listen to the same thing over and over again, but it's just a vent that I do.
Yeah. We all got a vent.
Yes.
I get that.
Got a good one here. What's the most embarrassing thing you have ever worn?
The most embarrassing thing I've ever worn?
Excluding what you have on today.
What I have on is pretty awesome. It's
kidding.
what I wear every day. But anyways, I could kind of quickly a hospital gown for 4 months.
They're not attractive, I'll give you that.
I mean, yeah, with your backside always could be.
But that's when you put
grease.
one on the wrong way and then the other, so you're like that with it on.
That would be good. I didn't have that option.
Plus, you couldn't move at that point either.
Well, there's that.
Mine most embarrassing is actually a story.
Oh, really? Well,
Yeah,
go on ahead.
Because I've got so many.
But wait.
Oh.
Nora says, I am right. What? See?
I'll pay you later, Nora. Thanks.
What? I am right.
Oh,
Go ahead.
okay. So most embarrassing thing I've ever worn. What I had on itself was not embarrassing. It was the way I chose to wear it that made it embarrassing.
Really?
My best friend from childhood, her older sister, was getting married. See, she knows our secret there. But her older sister was getting married, and they were having a bridal shower for her.
Yeah.
So my best friend invited me, and her sister was 4 years older than us, and we were like 16, 17. So her sister and all her friends were, 20, 21. So I already felt awkward because, we're just still the little kids, even though we're 16 or 17. Believe it or not, even back then, I was not one to wear dresses.
What?
Right. So I didn't have a dress to wear. So another friend of mine in high school, that we were in high school together, she said, here's a dress.
Sorry. What's up, Doc?
Oh, hey, Doc. How are you? Anyway, the other friend said, here's a dress you can wear.
Yeah.
So I borrowed that dress, and I go to the bridal shower. Well, one of the older sister's friends, her name happens to be Paula. So anytime she would see me, she would come over, hey, Paula, how are you doing? And, she knew me because we had the same name. But I was looking at her dress, and I thought, gosh, it's the exact same color.
Yeah.
It's really weird. But we talked for a few minutes, and she walked away. And as she walked away, you know, I could see the back of her dress, and I'm looking at these really ornate buttons going down the center of her dress. And I looked down, and I've got those same ornate buttons going down the front of my dress.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I was at the bridal shower the whole time with my dress on backwards.
Really? Oh.
So
and
that's my
dress
most...
on backwards.
Yeah,
And it's like you don't wear dresses that much anyways.
which was proven that day.
Well, and
Yeah.
there you go. Now you know why.
Right. So,
Gosh.
yeah. So another one is, in 40 years, what will people be nostalgic for?
Sorry, what?
In 40 years,
40 years.
what will people be nostalgic for when they talk about the good old days? What is it that they're going to most miss about where we are now? Or back it up a couple years prior to COVID if you want to.
Sorry, go back. Doc wore his clothes backwards because of Chris Carl's.
So
Make
he,
it jump. What?
so he meant to, though,
Yeah, I was about to say, yeah, Doc, you meant to, right?
because I didn't. My little collar was around back, my little Peter Pan
Yes.
collar.
Yeah. Oh, gosh.
But yeah.
Bad.
So, nostalgia. 40 years
Yep.
from now, what will we say? Wow, wish we had this still.
Wish we had this still.
Hey, Tom, how are you?
Oh, hey, Tom. So, gosh, I'm like, well, of course, I was wanting to think bourbon because Doc's here and we could talk bourbon, but,
Don't know, can't think. Nothing strikes you, or...
yeah, what do you think?
I mean, it's a hard question to answer because what will the world be like in 40 years? What I mean, because I can tell you stuff I'm nostalgic about from 40 years ago. You know, because I know what we have now versus what we didn't have then. So let's reverse it.
Yeah.
Oh crap!
What?
You can't go back 40 years, can you?
I can. And
All right, let's just
glad
go.
you can be here too, Doc. But, okay, let's talk about 40 years, okay? I would be one.
Right, but what do you remember
This
from
one's-
being
see?
one?
Then I got Heather showing up. What's up? We're talking about a bourbon. Yeah. So, sorry, what?
So do you miss at one? You're nostalgic. 40 years ago, so you're one. Are you nostalgic for crawling around on the floor?
Hey, now. Okay, she's trying
pacifier.
to ask what is it, in 40 years, what will people think about? And she was like, think about 40 years ago when,
Nor's nostalgic about dancing. I used to go out dancing a lot too.
oh,
Teen years,
Really?
up until I got married. Well, even then we did a little, but it was older, slower stuff because my husband at the time was older and slower. So,
yeah.
but yeah, we used to go and we would open the clubs. We would be there when they opened
Really?
and stayed till they closed. Yeah.
Oh, wow. Huh?
Can just imagine what the staff had to say about us.
Gosh. Let's see. Oh, see, Doc was 15.
Yeah, Doc, I was 18, so
There you go. See?
yeah, I was graduating from high school. Well, had already graduated from high school. There are times that it's kind of cool that I wouldn't want this all the time, but it was kind of neat how you could really and truly play a trivial game with somebody because there was not the internet to look something up so quickly.
Yep. I'm
Either
like,
you knew it or you had to phone a friend and hope they knew it, and that was it.
Yep, that is true. Because,
Oh my God, Tower Records, go back.
Yep. He said that.
Yeah, going in the little room with the records and putting on the headset and listen to the album, or having to buy an entire album, but only wanting one song off of it, but there was not the single for it, so you had to buy the whole album just to get the one song.
Yep. And well, yeah, he was DJ for years and years.
Oh,
so-
really? Oh, cool.
Yeah, and I told you the musical Tourette's. I'm like that you have to.
Yeah, yeah.
So
Oh,
does he?
it's a good thing to have. I love having that.
Really?
Yeah, yeah. Music has so much power to it.
It does. Oh, and she was 5. See?
Wow.
I'm like, hey, right there with me, Nora. Yeah. Just saying, you don't have to get all funky.
Okay, so you were nostalgic for crawling, you were nostalgic for your binky.
I don't know. I don't even want to think about it. I'm just thinking 40 years from now, I don't know.
No?
I'd be like, yeah,
What's your earliest memory from childhood?
Oh, golly.
And what was your age?
See, and that's one I'm like, I hit my head, so I've kind of...
But I thought it was short term.
Ish. Yes.
Because when you were younger, that's long term.
Yeah. Hey. Wow.
You
Well,
picked up
I
on
was
that.
thinking ish, and I don't know if it's real, but I remember going to the hospital for my baby sister.
Wow,
So
you're
like 2.5. Like, so...
Oh, that's cool. That's cool.
But just like bits,
Yeah.
you know. And like I said, I don't know if it's real or not. Like,
I remember seeing Jesus. That was one of my earliest memories.
Really?
Yeah. I did. I saw Jesus. But he came to me then. I was maybe 2. But then it came to me when I was like 5 or 6 when I saw him again. But it was really just one of those big plastic nativity scenes that people have out in their yard.
really?
That's what I actually saw.
Oh.
But at 2, it was Jesus.
Oh, it's Jesus.
Yeah.
So he was a baby in the manger.
I think I got confused and thought Joseph was
Oh.
Jesus.
Well, there you go, huh?
Yeah, because remember as a kid at 2, you didn't think about adults ever having been babies. So to me, Jesus never would have been a baby at 2.
Well, that's true. It's kind of like you said, didn't you say you didn't know that your aunt knew your mom or something?
No, that was my grandparents. I didn't know. They divorced before I was born.
Okay, yeah.
And we never did family functions if my grandfather was there, my grandmother was not, and
Yeah.
vice versa.
Yeah.
So when my grandfather died, I was with my other grandfather, and my grandmother, who had been married to my grandfather that passed away, came in,
Yeah.
and I turned to Gramps, my grandfather, and I said, "Why is Mama Robbins here, my grandmother?"
Yeah.
And he said, "Because she was married to your grandfather."
Yeah.
And I was just floored. I never knew they knew each other
Yeah.
because neither ever spoke of the other. You know, Mom would talk about her dad and she would talk about her mom, but never, even childhood stories that she told about, they always seemed to involve one parent at a time, not like a family function type thing. So I had no idea they knew each other.
Wow.
Yeah, and I was 10.
Gosh. Well, and then there's the other part of you don't call aunts and uncles or cousins, or how did it go?
My parents, mom's siblings, because dad's an only child, we call them by their first name. We don't call, like Sylvia is my aunt.
So I'm like, dude, she's a kid, but she calls her aunt her name.
Yeah, we called her Sylvia when we were
I'm like-
little. But if they were our grandparents' siblings, then they were uncle or aunt, with the exception of my mother's youngest sister.
Yeah.
We never called her Aunt Ann. We just called her by her first name. Yeah, I don't know why.
So I'm like, I think it would be great Aunt Ann, but
No, it was just Ann, but then everybody else. And I remember my mom's mom was staying with this one winter time during tax season. My dad is a CPA, so January to April 15th, he and my mom were at the office working all these long hours. So one grandparent, my mom's dad or either her mom, would come and stay with us, and my grandmother was there. And, I was 9 or 10, and she said, "Oh, my baby brother's coming to see us today."
yeah.
And, oh, my God, I was so excited because we were in a rental house at the time because Mom and Dad were building a house, so I didn't have any neighbors. We'd moved from the neighborhood I had been in. So really, other than my brothers, I had nobody else, to hang out with or play with. So I was so excited this kid was coming. It was my grandmother's baby brother. So I'm picturing a 10 or 11-year-old guy.
Yeah.
He was like, at that time, I thought, old. He was in his 60s. He opened the door, and there's this old man standing there. And
Yeah.
I know the reception I gave him was not pleasant because I was just crestfallen. I had never...
Threw you for a loop.
Yeah, it's probably one of the biggest disappointments in my life.
Oh,
Yeah.
boy.
Uncle Joe was not a kid.
Man.
She's an old man.
Uncle Joe. No.
Yeah.
Gosh.
So yeah. So yeah, there's our nostalgia. Wow.
Oh, yeah.
Okay. All right. So let me. Okay. Here's one. What is the weirdest thing you have ever seen in someone else's home?
Oh, gosh.
And you don't have to name the person, obviously.
Wait.
But.
Gosh. Yeah, no, I'm like.
I will name mine, but you go ahead.
Well, no, go ahead, because I'm like, I don't know.
It was one of my mother's first cousins, Marie. She had a engine of a car
Yeah.
in her living room.
Wow, the whole thing?
Yeah, which is huge. They're gigantic. Yeah, she was a bit of a hoarder. I don't why you would ever need to bring it in unless you just wanted to tinker with it into AC. I don't know, but
wow.
So that's probably the weirdest thing I've ever seen.
Gosh, yeah, that's pretty weird. Yeah, I'm sorry I don't have any good, definitely not like that, but I'm like, raised in the South, I'm like, it was good old Southern lady, it was so nice and proper.
All the houses looked alike with their little doilies and
Correct.
slip covers and the little plastic thing over the armrest.
Well, some, yes.
My grandmother, my dad's mom, in the house that they lived in, coming into the back door, you would be immediately in the kitchen, and then right off from the kitchen was the den, and they had a small eating area, and then the rest of the house, it was just a ranch. The rest of the house, you'd go through the dining room, the living room, and into the back to the bedrooms, and all of that was carpeted until you got to the bedrooms. Well, my grandmother did not want anything to happen to that carpet. She didn't want it to get dirty or anything, so she got a plastic runner. And from the moment you stepped out of the kitchen, there was a runner all the way through the dining room and living room to the bedrooms, so you wouldn't track when you came through. Yeah. All the furniture was covered in plastic in the living room, everything. Well, she'd had that plastic runner down for years, protecting her carpet, and took it up one time for some reason. Probably needed to be replaced after so many years. And when she took it up, it was a complete different color than the rest of the carpet anywhere in the room. So, yeah, she had protected it, but at the cost of making it look like a racing stripe down there. Yeah. So,
like, yep.
Kind of messed it up, really. Yeah.
I'd recommend.
No.
All about just use what you got. Like, don't put plastic over it. Use what you got.
Yeah, because, it was just me and my brothers, and we never went into the living room. The only time I ever remember going into their living room and actually using that room is that same year that I was talking about that house we were living in. Yeah. It was too small for us to have Christmas there, so we went to my grandparents' house for Christmas.
Oh, really?
So, we went there for Christmas, and she did take the plastic off for us, thankfully, yeah. But I was only concerned if Santa was going to know where we were, because we weren't at home.
That's important.
Yeah.
So what else we got, babe?
I better not get into that one.
Cutting it off.
If you were given an envelope with the time and date of your death inside, would you open it?
Oh, man. That is a, how do you say, interesting question. I want to know just because want to know. But, there's good plastic on the couch from bed. I'm like, for real.
I wonder if people even do that anymore.
I hope to God not. I'm like, terrible. So,
some people had it, and actually that's how they would sit on it, too. You just sat on that hot, sticky plastic.
Well, and that's, I only saw that is when you'd actually sit on it, so it's like thicker plastic.
Oh, yeah, It was... Why? Yeah, it fit pretty well. It wasn't just like you threw gully perch it over it. It was...
What?
Gully perch it?
What is gully perch?
We used to have a guy that did our yard work when I was a teenager, and he came to our house every Saturday and just did whatever needed to be done. And he came one Saturday and asked my dad if we had any gully perch it, which Dad didn't know what that was.
Yeah.
But he could tell by the way GW was the fella's name, by the way GW was asking that he should know.
Yeah.
So not to appear stupid, he said, I'm not sure, but Bonnie would know, my mom.
Yeah.
So he asks Mom. Well, Mom's like straight up, I have no idea what you're talking about.
Yeah.
Well, the window in his truck wouldn't go up, and it was
Yeah.
supposed to rain that day.
Yeah.
So he just wanted some plastic that he could tape around the frame.
Yeah.
But to him, Gully Perchet, I don't know wherever he got the name, but
I
that's
was about to say, Gully Perchet.
Gully Perchet. Yeah, it's just a word that has kind of stuck with me over. I'm kind of nostalgic for it.
Well, that's good. Let's throw the nostalgia in there.
I think I might put some Gully Perchet on our car today.
Oh my gosh, just no.
Yeah.
Okay. We'll see. Okay, sorry. What were we...
Well, Doc's got an answer there for us.
See? Oh, yep. See, no, Ops knows. I opened the envelope already and put it back and kept living better. People don't waste. It's precious.
Absolutely,
real.
it is. Yeah, I'm old. I don't know if I were younger if I would want to know. But no,
Yeah.
I'm not old, but I'm
Yeah.
older. I've lived longer than what I have left to live.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'd like to know.
Yeah.
Just so I know, make sure I do, or have the opportunity to know. I mean, we all know time is fleeting, and we have no promise of tomorrow. So we all should live
Yeah.
without wasting. But I think sometimes I need an incentive to not waste time.
Well, and I do see that as well because I'm like, no. But I'm like, granted, I've had a little, how should you say? Close call accident. But I'm like,
Vintage sex.
oh gosh, see? I like how Doc says that.
No, me too.
Now, old vintage sex, we need a new sign. Oh, gotta get back on here. Let's get... See, Doc, yes, we're having Canon focusing problems, working on that.
Oh, yeah.
So, but, yep, we gotta make a sign. Put it right back there, vintage sexy.
All right, here's another one.
All right.
It's kind of a two-parter. It's not kind of, it is a two-parter, okay?
Gosh.
Does fate exist? And if so, do we have free will?
Oh, boy. Man, you want to really jump on in, huh?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
You're talking to a good old, like, Christian girl growing up.
So for you as a good Christian girl,
Was.
yes, but not just Christian, because I was too, but like as Presbyterians, we believe in predestination. Like God knows what's going to happen to you
Yeah.
because he's all knowing.
Yeah.
So does that then squelch your free will
Yeah.
and affect fate? And I don't think it does, personally.
Yeah. So that benches long folk long live stream Soros syndrome. See, there you go. But as far as how do you say? See, I almost forgot already. I'm like the predestination, whatever. I'm like growing up in the church, it was all predestination, but I'm like, I don't know. For me, it really
It doesn't mean that just because they're with the concept of predestination, it doesn't mean that things are going to happen that make you follow that path. It just means you're going to do things that's going to end up with those results. Do you see the difference?
no. Well, maybe, but I don't.
God just knows because
Yes.
he's all knowing.
Correct. Yeah.
So it might be you die getting stung by bees, okay? A herd of bees.
Terrible, awful death.
You know, it's really a swarm, not a herd, right? But it could be many different ways that happens. And those ways are free will choices that you have. But that's what it's going to ultimately be. That's how I look at it.
Gotcha. Okay. Well, I don't know. All I'll say is what I have learned from my accident. And hey, I almost died. But I'm like, they didn't give me any, what do you say? Any good outcomes? What do you call that? Like, see?
Prognosis?
Aphasia. Prognosis.
Frog?
Like, gosh. Any good outlook? Yeah, you stop.
Okay.
But anyways, they were like not encouraging at all. But I mean, I knew what, how should I say, what came to me, or what I had this realization. I'm like,
Well, let me throw you a curve then. So
Okay.
was that free will, your choice to do the work required to get you where you are now, or was that fate that got you where you are now?
okay, you see, and that's a bunch of bull stuff. You know, I'm like, see, I did say it.
I know. I
But-
didn't say you did.
That's the thing. I don't know. I think I chose to do it. I could have just sat on the couch and drank beer and ate popcorn and got back.
Right.
Like,
Right.
do nothing. But
So you don't believe in any sort of fate?
I don't know that about fate. Oh, well, I will say this is based on I am the master of my fate. I am the captain of my soul. Or I am the captain of my soul and master of my fate.
So you don't think it was fate that we met?
See, now you're going to go crazy. So let's see what Doc is saying
You
here.
said something very deep. And no pun with the river
What?
being in there.
Go ahead.
Our thumbnail. Okay, there it goes. Think of it like this. The river will go where it's destined to go, but the flow can be diverted with a little help and gumption. By doing better, you can make the river flow how you will.
Well, you seen
See,
that. It's
that's the
pretty
bee
good.
analogy.
The bee analogy.
Yeah.
Yes.
That herd's going to get you, but you're going to decide when and how.
Yeah. Well, there you go.
Yeah, it's just,
Oh, fun. Huh?
I mean, I'm not a... I'm not.
Not a. Yep.
What is the word I'm looking for? Philosopher.
Yeah. Oh, there you go.
Oh, and I learned something too. You've heard of Achilles in
Yeah.
Greek mythology.
Correct.
There was a lesser known god, Bophides. You ever heard of Bophides?
No.
No. Okay. Well, Achilles' weakness was his heels and everything. So Achilles' heel is your weak point,
Yeah.
and Bophides was his. What are you doing? He's trying to make me laugh. Bophides was the groin area. So so from Greek mythology we have Achilles' heel and Bophides' nuts.
See, I knew it. Something was coming.
Trying to learn you, okay?
Trying to learn me.
Yes. Okay. You ready for another question?
Let's go for it.
Are humans better at creation or destruction?
Oh man. Are humans better at creation or destruction? That is great. What do you think? Throw it on.
Always
over.
go for the sage.
Yeah.
And you'll be the thyme.
Oh wait.
Or
what?
oregano. I'll be the sage, you could be the oregano.
Gosh. Really? Just
Right? No?
yes.
So I think I don't think you can group it together as the whole species of humans. I think you have some that are great at creation and some that are just hell-bent on destruction.
Correct. Yeah.
That's how I look at it. And thankfully, it's been a balance throughout history. I mean, we'll have times where it gets off balance, but as a whole, it's been balanced. Will there be a day one wins out? Yeah, I'm afraid so.
Yeah.
And at the rate we're going, it's not looking great for creation.
Yeah. And that is interesting because I know the crew here that I'm seeing, I mean, they're very much creators and doing stuff and putting out positive things. But I've seen so much destruction that I'm like, "Ash, we need to build, create."
We do.
Just create more, actually.
Well, and you can look at creation as so many different things too. I mean, whether it's building or art or music,
Yep.
anything that enhances life and makes life better and more enjoyable.
Yep. Oh, gosh. See, my LES friends are really good at creation. Really? Maybe you should explain that to us, Doc.
I get it.
Yeah.
And he's true. He's true. They are.
Yeah.
Used to be, there was another that was that way as well.
Really?
Mm-hmm. Catholics
Oh.
used to have very large families. Not all of them, but a lot of them did.
Creation.
Yeah, Latter-day
Yeah.
Saints, yeah.
Yep.
Okay, here we go. What does your name mean?
Oh, boy. Fun. Do you want to go first?
You
on
go
this?
first, because I got to look at my middle name again. I forgot that.
Oh, gosh. Oh, well, I forget my middle name.
Oh, I'll look
but,
that up. Don't worry.
Gosh, see if we'll find it. Aubrey
Yeah.
is, what did they call it? I forgot what do you call it? What country-ish it is? But it means ruler of the elves.
Are you serious? No, and I had forgotten that, but the only reason I question that is because, do you know what Vaughn means?
What?
Small.
Small. Oh, yeah, that's right. So I'm a small ruler of the elves. Aubrey Vaughn.
That is really, that's cool though if you think about it. They go, I mean, because your parents certainly didn't choose those two names because of similarity in meaning, right?
Correct.
A Song was your first name.
Yep, and Aubrey was her name.
And they didn't.
Yeah, because they didn't even know. They thought it was going to be a boy. I was going to be a boy. They were like, Jonathan Isaac. And then, like, 2 weeks before they had me, they were like, oh, crap, what if it's a girl? And then the song, and Aubrey was her name, came up.
Do you know my middle name's not even in here?
Really? Well, what does Paula mean?
It's the female of Paul.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, and the female of Paul.
Oh, Paul means small.
Oh, really? So,
But I'm not
small?
Yeah, but I'm not an elf. It's like small giant.
Small giant?
A small giant mind. Yeah, the middle name.
Do you want to say the middle name?
Oh, wow, this is interesting. Yeah, because I hate my middle name. I was 12 before I could even spell it.
Wow. Oh, Heather.
Oh, wow.
Named after Heather Locklear.
Oh, my gosh, I saw Heather Locklear. There's a TikTok account that does a backwards regression of famous people.
Yeah.
Oh, man, Heather looks bad.
Really?
Yes.
Gosh.
Trying to be American.
Gosh.
Kevin Costner. Oh, wow. Yeah, it's like your mom and dad, my parents wanted a boy and a girl.
Yeah.
And they had two boys, 2 years apart. And then 2 years later, I came along. Mom's in the hospital. I'm born.
Yeah.
They had been wanting a girl for 4 years.
Yeah.
They didn't have a name picked out.
Yeah, gosh.
I'm like, how can you want a child, but not even, it never dawned on you? Oh, God, Louis, we got to name her.
Yep.
That's a bummer.
That is kind of crazy.
So a friend of my mom's is the one that came up with my name, Paul, after my dad's first name that he does not go by.
Paula,
And then
Paul.
my mom's middle name is the same. I've got the same middle name as
What
Mom.
is that middle name?
Mom's middle name.
What is it?
It's the name that her dad...
Yeah. Okay,
a
well,
friend
she doesn't like to say it.
No, it's Lanell. Lanell. And apparently really doesn't mean anything.
So, yeah, Paula Linnell.
In the 60s, it was common in Japan, South Africa, Brazil, Israel, Sweden, and Canada.
Wow, see?
I wasn't born in any of those countries.
Yeah. Well, this is true.
So,
And
but the reason I
Heather's-
don't like it, I'm sorry, is because when I got older, people would say, "Oh, do your parents stutter?" I'm like, "No, why?" And they said, "Well, your name, Paul Lanell. It sounds like they have a stutter in there." So,
That is bad.
oh, you always bring completion to anything you start.
What is that?
Lanell,
Oh, good.
precious. I remember looking that up before.
Oh,
You know, my precious.
Yep.
So I'm small and precious,
Small and precious, and I'm just
which I'm neither.
small and those. But I wanted to
see, now
touch
I
on this
know.
before. So, parents trying to be as American as possible, and that you're. Oh wow, whoopsie. Press the right button knobs. See? There you go.
But I bet the ending of her, I bet there's not like a reiteration of that sound like I've got the la la.
Well, yeah.
You know, I'm just glad people didn't call me la la, I guess.
La, la. Well, hey, at least there's that.
Yeah.
And, oh, by the way, Heather, so were your parents, like, first generation over here? And where was from? I don't know. I just thought, I'm like, I need to ask her that, and I forgot. Oopsie. Because my dad is, what do you call it? He's come over, he was born in Honduras, and so came on over. Now it's funny because he's white.
Yeah, my dad's from Coweta County.
That means right down the road from where
just
we live.
one county over.
Gosh, and your mom?
Coweta County.
Yeah, so they're from here.
My brother?
She was born here.
Coweta County. My other brother, Coweta County. But not me.
Oh, yes. You
Big
have
city,
made
baby.
Oh,
Big city.
Woo!
Atlanta.
Get crazy.
Philippines.
Oh, yeah. Oh, you're first generation, so you're there too.
Hey, Heather, let me ask you this. I had a friend, well, not had, I still have her. He was married to a woman from the Philippines, and she only went by her nickname. I don't know what her real name is. And she was born in the Philippines, but then came to the U.S., but everybody called her Jello.
Oh.
And that's the only name I ever heard anybody ever call her. And I questioned my friend one time, where does Jello come from? How did she get that nickname? I don't know if it was just the region she was from in the Philippines or something her family did. But whatever the woman craved while pregnant typically became the nickname of the baby. And her mom craved Jello when she was carrying her.
Really?
So they called her Jello.
That's insane, but actually it's kind of cool.
Right?
Yeah, I'm like...
Lucy would just be food.
I'm like, oh, yeah.
Because I didn't have one single craving. I just wanted to eat.
Really?
Yeah. So.
Gosh, yeah, now I'm curious. I need to ask
Or smorgasbord probably be a good.
Smorgasbord. Or what was her Indian name that you gave her? Haha, Jello.
Lucy's Indian name, because my uncle told me when I was a kid that we're 1/80th Cherokee.
Yeah.
Because we've always been in the Georgia area. And as a small child, 80s, I could count to 100, so 80's way up there. So I thought, I just had tons of Cherokee blood just coursing through my veins.
Yeah.
And then when I finally mastered fractions, I realized I've got more than Elizabeth Warren does.
Well.
But 1/80th. But anyway, Lucy's Indian name that I gave her was Running Tongue. Because she talked all the time.
And she still?
Yes. And then in honor of our English heritage, I gave her a royal name, and it was Princess Talk a Lot.
There we go. We got the names.
Yeah. So.
Yeah.
That's what I did.
I'm like, yeah, we should.
She's in counseling now.
I'm like, yeah.
Or maybe it should be.
What? Yeah, some of that.
So.
All right. How about one more?
One more?
Yep.
Yep. Okay, they'll make it a simple one. Oceans or mountains?
Oceans.
I didn't finish.
Well, I answered.
Why?
Okay, why? I love them. I mean, granted, it depends on how you think about this, because we were born and raised in Florida, and Mom always wanted to go to the mountains for vacation. So she liked to get away. So, I mean, and that was cool. But I'm like, dude, I love the beach. And that was the hard part of, like, I need to go find a place with the beach. But then I'm like, the whole not being able to drive my golf cart. And anyways, yeah. So what about you?
Ocean. I don't like getting in it.
Yeah.
I don't like sand on me.
Yeah.
But I love the ocean.
And you don't even like going to the beach, right?
I'll go, but I just want to know that I can get every bit of sand off of me when I leave. I just don't. To see people just lying flat on the sand.
And just in case you don't know, Paula is very particular about everything.
I call it refined.
Very, well, we could say OCD.
We could.
So she's
But
very...
we call it CDO.
What?
CDO. Because you do it alphabetical.
Oh, see?
Islands in the stream.
Hey there.
He's
How
talking
you
about
doing, John?
your thoughts.
What? Well, yes.
But I don't like... Mountains are pretty, and I think it's fascinating how they formed.
Yeah.
And you find some really gorgeous views.
No.
It almost sounds like she's making fun of me.
Just a little
Do they
bit,
make
huh?
a vacuum that will do that without messing up the filters and all? Because that would be my concern too.
Yeah.
But I don't like mountains because, even like just to get to the North Georgia mountains from here, which really aren't that huge, but let's say you're going to Highlands and you'll be going and, you've gone through all the Atlanta traffic, you've been on the road for 2.5 hours and you see a sign that says Highlands, 15 miles, and you're thinking, we're there. Yeah. Another hour to get there because of all those dang winding mountain roads.
Yeah, about all the cutbacks and...
Right, yeah. And then your ears going up and down and all that. So that's why I don't like the mountains.
That's one reason that I can be very happy that I cannot drive anymore.
Mountain
I don't have
roads?
to do that.
We went up when my parents had a place up in Sky Valley, which is in the northern... It's the southernmost ski slope in the U.S.
Yeah.
And it's at the very northern tip of Georgia. And my dad and I were going up. My mom had already gotten there, and my dad and I were going up, and we were going in my car.
Yeah.
And when I say my car, I mean the car that my dad was paying for, providing insurance, gas, and maintenance. But it was my car.
Yeah.
So I'd been driving for a while, and he said, "Do you want me to drive?" And I'm like, "Yeah, sure." So he gets in. It's a straight shift. Do you call them straight shifts?
A stick shift.
Stick shift. He had to change gears anyway. So he's driving my car, and he's got it in overdrive gear, and it's rumbling because we're going up a hill. And I'm like, "Dad, you've got to gear down. Get it into third gear. It's too high of a gear."
Yeah.
And not knowing the pattern of the gear shift, he put it into first.
Oh, wow.
So we went from fifth to first and just,
Yeah.
And as soon as we got to the next scenic outlook, I said, "Pull over. You're done. You're not driving my car that you're paying for anymore."
And what kind of car was it?
It was a Volkswagen Golf convertible.
Golf.
It was after the Beetle.
Oh, gosh.
Yeah.
Crazy. That would be hard. And, John, I'm saying, ridden motorcycle through the Smokies, it was beautiful. I always wanted to. When I had my motorcycle, oh, man, that was the one thing I did want to do.
Right? That's what I was afraid he was getting ready to do, is tear up his transmission.
Yeah, I was about to say his-ish, but, yeah.
But my car, kind of.
Correct, so.
I sold it and got the money, so.
Oh, well, there you go. Your car, huh?
Mm-hmm.
Man, well, that's good.
Right.
Oh, man. So funny. How do you say it? Like being not driving anymore. I'm like, gosh, how long has it been? Like 5.5 years?
Since you've driven? Yeah, other than a golf cart. Yeah.
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 Gosh, crazy. But I'm like, man, golf cart, awesome.
Oh, and our daughter's been out of town. She was gone for a week, just got back yesterday, and as a surprise, we replaced her bed with the trampoline. Oh, my God. She hit the roof.
Oh, boy.
So.
Love it, huh?
Yeah. I love Lucy.
Yeah. Well, good thing you do. Yeah. Well, thanks for hanging out with us today and joining and talking with us. Really appreciate it.
Hope you guys enjoy the rest of your weekend. Have a wonderful weekend, and we'll see you back Tuesday for TBI Tuesday.
Yes, we'll be back. So just remember, you matter, your story matters, you belong here.
But not at our house, unless you want to come. Then
there's that, but yes.
Have a good one.
Yep.
Yeah.